tell me, baby, do you recognize me? Well, it's been a year, it doesn't surprise me. I did with no say I love you, I meant it. Now I know what a fool I've been for. Now I know you feel me again. Last Christmas, gave you my heart. The very next day, give it away. This year, save me from tears. I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. The very next day, give it away. This year, save me from tears. I'll give it to someone special. Oh, oh, baby. Friends are tired eyes, some hiding from you, and your soul divides. My God, you were someone to rely on. Me, I guess I was a shoulder to cry on. A place on a lover with a fire in his heart. A man who could cover, so me up. Ooh, ooh, now I found the real love, you'll never fool me again. Last Christmas, gave you my heart. The very next day, you gave it away. This year, save me from tears. But give it to someone special, special. Last Christmas, gave you my heart. Next day, give it away. Yes, I'll give it to someone special. Place on the level with a fire and heart. Baby, yes. I'll give it to someone. I'll give it to someone special. Someone.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. With the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all. With those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call. It's the happiest season of all. There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows for toasting, and caroling out in the snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time. Yes, the most wonderful time. Oh, the most wonderful time of the year.
The mood is right, the spirit's up. We're here tonight, and that's enough. Simply a wonderful Christmas time. Simply a wonderful Christmas time. The party's on, the feeling's here. That only comes this time of year. Simply a wonderful Christmas time. Simply a wonderful Christmas time. The choir of children sing their song. We sing good day, Christmas time. Simply a wonderful Christmas time. The word is out about the town. So lift your glass. Oh, no, look down. Simply a wonderful Christmas time. The choir of children sing their song. They practiced all year long. The party's on, the spirit's up. We're here tonight, and that's enough. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. We're simply having a wonderful Christmas time. The mood is right, the spirit's up. We're here tonight. Oh, that's enough. We're simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. First time.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look in the 5 and 10,
Listening once again.
with candy canes and silver lanes aglow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store. But the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. A pair of hop-along boots and a pistol that shoots is the wish of Barney and Ben.
Dolls that'll talk and we'll go for a walk is the hope for Janice and Jen.
And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go.
Now there's a tree in the Grand Hotel,
One in the park as well.
the sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow.
Oh, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start.
And the thing that will make them ring is the carol you sing right within your. A pair of hop-along boots and a pistol that shoots.
The wish of Barney and Ben
Dolls that'll talk and we'll go for a walk.
is the hope for Janice and Jen.
And then Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start. And the thing that will make them ring is the carol that you sing right within your.
Santa baby, sleep under the tree for me. And an awful good girl, Santa baby, so hurry on the chimney tonight. Santa baby, a 54 convertible to light blue. Powered up for you, dear Santa baby, and hurry down the chimney tonight. Think of all the fun I missed. Think of all the times that I haven't kissed. Next year I could be just as good if you trade off my Christmas list. Santa baby, I want a yard and really that's not a lot. I've been an angel all year, Santa baby, and hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa honey, the one thing that I really do need, the deed. Oh, a platinum mind, Santa honey, so hurry down the chimney tonight.
People around. Baby, please come home. The church bells are ringing low for the happy sound. Baby, please come home. They're singing their song, but it's not like Christmas at all. I remember when you were here, and all the fun we had last year. Lights on the tree,
Some see jobs. We see problem solvers. We see groundbreakers. We see risk takers. We see stories. Like a scientist turned CEO who went on to build a company producing medicines that saved the lives of millions. A young entrepreneur who started a business in a garage and now sells to dozens of countries around the world. A child who overcame dyslexia to lead the coding team at a global tech startup company. While every story is different, these stories have one thing in common: freedom. Freedom to dream, to create, to grow, and pursue. We are a nation where competition and collaboration coexist. A nation whose rich tapestry of people and ideas create innovation and opportunity. At the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, we advocate, inform, connect, and fight for America through business growth, building strong relationships that push us forward with communities across the country and governments around the globe, so that the story of America continues to inspire the world.
Let's go, girls. Come on. Going out tonight, I'm feeling all right. Gonna let it all hang out. Wanna make some noise.
Maybe. Okay. You'd think after 12 of these, I would figure out that I have to turn on the mic. Huh. I did wear boots today, though. So welcome, you guys, and good afternoon to everyone. We are delighted that you've joined us today for our annual Women's Leadership Luncheon. We have an excellent program lined up for you. But before we begin, I'd like to extend our heartfelt thanks to Blue Federal Credit Union for being today's presenting sponsor. Blue Federal Credit Union actively strengthens the Cheyenne community through initiatives like Boost Center, which connects residents to resources for housing, food, security, and financial wellness, partnering with over 30 local organizations. Please welcome Neil Weber, CFO of Blue Federal Credit Union, to the stage to tell us a little bit more about the wonderful things Blue is doing in our community.
Good afternoon. As she said, my name is Neil Weber, and I'm the Chief Financial Officer of Blue Federal Credit Union, and it's a true honor to be presenting sponsor for today's Women in Leadership Luncheon. Congratulations to all the nominees who have made such an amazing impact on our community. As a CFO and as someone who has had the privilege of working alongside incredible women throughout my career, I've learned that leadership doesn't come from titles or corner offices. It comes from the courage to speak up, the resilience to keep going, and the commitment to lift others as you climb. At Blue, we see those qualities every day. Over half of our leadership team is made up of strong, visionary women who shape our strategy, drive innovation, and make us better, not just as an organization, but as a community partner. Their leadership inspires all of us to do more, to think bigger, and to make financial wellness accessible to everyone. One of the things I appreciate most about the leaders at Blue is the way they embrace life's adventures, big and small. Whether it's taking on new roles, mentoring the next generation, or facing challenges with creativity and grit, they remind us that every step forward is part of a larger journey. And that idea that life is made up of meaningful adventures is at the heart of who we are as a credit union. Your goals, your milestones, your next big thing, those are the stories we exist to support. With that, I'd like to share a short video that captures what we mean when we say life is an adventure and we're with you every step of the way.
Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Where will you go? Where will you stand still? What mountains will you climb? And which valleys will you cross? Which rivers will you navigate, winding through forests unknown? What will you build with limitless wonder, making every moment feel monumental? How will you share your soul with the world? Investing your time, your money, and your energy into things that make your heart race. Which races will you run until you are out of breath? And which will you chase until your last breath? What dreams will you dream with your head in the clouds? And what will you try, even if you know it'll be hard? What will you fall in love with? Who will you fall in love with? Who will you spend it with? And what will you save just for yourself? What will you do for others? And what will you do for you? How will you live this one wild and precious life? For your family? Your friends? Your community? For you? For life?
What is it you plan to do with this one wild and precious life? As you look around your tables, you'll find note cards waiting for you. I invite you to write down an adventure you hope to take, big or small. Before you leave, please drop your card into the basket on the blue table. 2 participants from this lunch will be selected to receive $500 each to put toward making that adventure a reality. So please take a moment, dream big, and write it down. We can't wait to see what your next adventure will be. Thank you all for your time today. And again, congratulations to all the nominees.
Thank you so much again to Neil and Blue Federal Credit Union. We are so appreciative of your continued support for your chamber and for our Women's Leadership Luncheon. We would also like to extend a special thank you to our other sponsors for today. Our gold sponsors are Little America Hotel and Resort, silver sponsors, Ryman Corp, Cheyenne Animal Shelter, Halliday GMC, Town Square Media, RLR LLP, RW Baker Wealth Management Group, Western Vista Western Vista Credit Union. Our bronze sponsors are A&B Bank, Be Heard LLC, DBA LA Mental Health, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Wyoming, Century 21 Bell Real Estate, Cheyenne Regional Medical Center, Coldwell Banker, the Property Exchange, Double H Home Loans, FNBO, Gateway Construction, HF Sinclair, KT Connections, Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union, Microsoft Corp., Remax Capital Properties, the Compass Wealth Group, Unawyo Credit Union, Wyoming Bearing and Supply and PT Hose and Bearing, and 911 Roof Solutions. Thank you to all our sponsors. I was just going to say, let's clap first. What we do would not be possible without you. Now I'd like to invite Tara Nelson with Remax Capital Properties and the Red Carpet Committee to come forward to introduce our new chamber partners.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Tara Nelson, and as Lexi said, I'm with Remax Capital Properties, and I am the past chair of the Red Carpet Committee. You'll see our committee members all around the room. They're the ones that are actually wearing red. Now, this is a distant cousin, so it works. So we're excited to welcome our newest chamber partners today, so let's jump in. First up is Marcus Weesaw and Tony. Marcus provides safety management consulting, including OSHA regulatory compliance, fatality and catastrophe investigations, citation defense, workers' compensation audits, and related services. Next up, we have New York Life, Matthew Gardner. Matthew Gardner joined New York Life as a financial professional where he is currently working toward becoming fully registered. He plans to pursue additional certifications in a new future with the goal of becoming a financial advisor. Interstate Power Systems, Mike and Chris. Interstate Power Systems is a leading distributor of both on-highway and off-highway engines and transmissions. They offer sales, service, and support, and their certified, factory-trained, and industry-recognized technicians have one focus: keeping you up and running. Next up is Fish Window Cleaning. Melinda Barrett is an entrepreneur, CPA, and community leader who recently launched Fish Window Cleaning of Cheyenne. Her new business is dedicated to helping local professionals and homeowners shine by providing professional, reliable window cleaning services with a focus on customer care and branded excellence. Melinda is excited to launch a business that not only delivers exceptional service, but also creates meaningful opportunities for growth, both her team and her community. Beyond the Front Door podcast, presented by Peak Properties. Beyond the Front Door podcast, hosted by Lindy and Rhea, spotlights the stories of people who make Cheyenne vibrant. Each episode blends honesty, humor, and heart, giving listeners a behind-the-scene look on how community shows up for each other, because the best stories start right behind the front door. Last up is Hardwire Radio Group with JJ Blackshaw. Hardwire Radio Group is Cheyenne's only live and local streaming network, created to amplify our community, our businesses, and our stories. They're here to bring connections back to radio, giving local businesses, musicians, and nonprofits a platform that keeps Cheyenne informed and proud every single day.
Always interested to see what the 20 something in my office picks as my walk-up song, and it's usually always pertinent to somebody or something going on. Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. So glad to see everyone here today. Welcome, new members. Thank you for joining our efforts to stand up to recognize our businesses and our business community, our culture in Wyoming, to protect it, defend it, and drive it into the future to make sure we have jobs for our kids, education for our kids, good places to live, work environments that bless and honor everyone that we have in our state. So thank you. We can't do it without you. So give those new members a round of applause one more time. So Lexi said this was her 12th luncheon, so that means she's borne a burden all of 2025, and that burden is me, and she has done a great job of that. Please give her a round of applause. We'll get to recognize her formally next month, but thank you, Lexi, for all your work. I know you've had Tanya and Stephen and others hanging out to give you a little advice along the way, but it's not easy being a chamber chair. There are a lot of big issues that you have to deal with and think about as you go through. I shouldn't put too much of a downer on it, should I, Tim? But Tim Thornell, he's the incoming chair, so we'll look forward to his leadership as we move forward. I'd like to thank everybody for helping us with the Christmas parade. We can't do that without you. You know, we continually face increasing costs. We were charged nothing to do the Christmas parade 5 years ago, and now it costs us almost $8,000. Our requirements for volunteers have gone way, way up, and so we depend on you to do that. So if you volunteered with the Christmas parade and you are here, would you stand up and let us recognize you? And just to thank you, it was cold. Dennis Humphrey didn't stand up back there, and he volunteered half his crew. So Dennis, thank you and you kind of bailed us out last minute. So thank you so much. We can't do things in Cheyenne without people that are willing to do that. So thank you, Dennis. We appreciate it. And maybe we'd even buy your folks a drink that you drug with you. So we thank you guys too. All right, we got a lot coming up. Certainly we have the state legislature that's going to start in session February, I think, 9th. Have a lot of bills that are running through that we are interested in dealing with retail crime, regulation, the taxation thing you need to pay attention to because it's going to be a huge issue across the state. What are we going to do with that? How are we going to handle residential taxation? And it will mean a lot to our future how we decide to do that. So we need to pay attention to that. Encourage you to come to Action Advocacy and where we talk about these issues and design the principles and policies of the chamber to tackle those important issues that we will face in the legislature. The other thing that I want to tell you about the legislature today is that there is not a finer man in politics that I had ever met than Representative John Eklund. What John Eklund told you as truth, as a Southern Baptist, the only word I can think of is that's the gospel. Wasn't no beating around the bush. Wasn't any misleading. And his word was gold. And he would listen to literally anybody. Folks, I'm telling you, if we had a lot more politicians like that in the world, we'd be a whole lot better off. John passed away just not very long ago, and this will be a quiet and lonely Christmas for many his family who appreciated him. Please join me just for a minute, a moment of silence for Representative John Eklund. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I hope that John always looks down on me and sees that I am trying to do the right thing. We've had that as a mission for the chamber all year. Do the right thing, tell the truth, work hard. In today's environment, you can't control a lot, but those three things in your business, in our community, we can't control. So we'll try to make you proud this next year, John, as we work on those issues. Well, today is really a day of celebration. I know I brought you all down, but it really is a day of celebration, recognizing some of the great women's leadership in our community, and we're going to get right to that. But before we do, I have to do a couple of drawings. So free lunch today is Hayden Humphrey. So see my staff and all right, and for the half pot. $3885098. So the one rule we have is you have to come get your own money. I'm not bringing it to you. So we're not at the depot right now because they're renovating our office. We're at the Boyd building, but I just want to let you know that in case you want to, buy us a drink, buy us lunch, anything you might want to do for the chamber direct. That's the Boyd building, just so you don't forget. We are not without exceptional women's leaders, even in our own organization at the Chamber of Commerce. And we are fortunate to have our COO, Amber Leba, who will do the rest of the program. So please join me in welcoming Amber to the stage.
Thank you, Dale. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, the air is electric as we celebrate the legacy of women's leadership in Cheyenne. The Women's Leadership Award, a treasured tradition of the Greater Cheyenne Chamber of Commerce since 1996, originally known as the Athena Award, honors those who exemplify servant leadership and a steadfast dedication to fostering growth in others. Reflecting on its journey, this award is a testament to the incredible women who not only embody its spirit, but also mirror the resilience of the pioneers who championed women's rights, transforming Cheyenne into the vibrant community we cherish today. Now, it is my honor to welcome Lexi back to the stage, a powerhouse in her own right and our chairman of the board. Lexi is here to ignite the stage with her passion and purpose. Get ready as she introduces the phenomenal finalists for the 2025 Women's Leadership Award.
Thank you so much, Amber. Thank you. Before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to recognize any past women's leadership recipients who are in attendance today. Please stand so that we can honor you and your remarkable contributions and celebrate your continued impact on our community. You guys are so cool. Your dedication and leadership inspire us all, and thank you so much for being here. Now I am thrilled to introduce the 2025 Women's Leadership Finalists. As I read your name, please come to the front of the stage. Tracy Wilson. She a dynamic leader who's transformed Century 21 Bell Real Estate through her vision and commitment to excellence. As general manager and associate broker, she fosters innovation, empowers her team, and drives growth in the Cheyenne real estate market. Her leadership extends beyond business. She serves as vice chair of economic development for the Greater Cheyenne Chamber of Commerce, championing community progress and economic vitality. Tracy's integrity, strategic mindset, and dedication make her an inspiring role model for women in leadership. Tracy Wilson. Morgan Alkire. Morgan is a dedicated leader who brings integrity, expertise, and compassion to her role as a mortgage broker at Double H Home Loans. With over 20 years of experience helping people navigate complex processes, she empowers clients through education and transparency, ensuring stress-free home financing. Morgan's commitment to community shines through her involvement in Leadership Wyoming and local organizations, where she advocates for growth and connection. Her professionalism, resilience, and passion for serving others make her an exceptional role model for women in leadership. Morgan Alkire. Laurel Bellotti. Laurel is an innovative leader serving as Chief Marketing Officer and Foundation Chair at Western Vista Credit Union. She has led award-winning marketing initiatives that strengthen member engagement and promote financial wellness, while championing community impact through the Western Vista Foundation. Her vision and dedication have helped earn national recognition as one of the best credit unions to work for, making her an outstanding role model for women in leadership. Laurel Bellotti. Dr. Michelle Aldrich. I feel like I need to say Councilman Aldrich serves as Wyoming State Director of Career and Technical Education, leading innovative programs that prepare students for future, including blockchain curriculum initiatives. Her decades of experience in statewide leadership have earned her honors such as the Wyoming Women of Influence Education Award and the Advanced CTE Rising Star Award. Dr. Aldrich's vision and dedication to workforce development make her an exceptional role model for women in leadership. Dr. Michelle Aldrich. Our last nominee, unfortunately, could not be with us today, but we will keep her in spirit and celebrate her amazing contributions in our community. Let's honor her achievements and the positive impact they've made. Brittany Tennant. She's an innovative leader who has elevated the Cheyenne Animal Shelter to a model of excellence. As CEO and Wyoming's only certified animal welfare administrator, she implemented 250 plus policies, secured the first multi-year city and county contract, and grew the operating budget by 30%. Her commitment to transparency, community engagement, and the nationally adopted socially conscious sheltering model reflects her vision and resilience. Brittany's strategic leadership and dedication to both people and pets make her an inspiring example of women in leadership. Brittany Tennant. Congratulations to all of the nominees. Wait, hang on. I missed a part. Sorry. Let's give one more round of applause for all of these incredible nominees. I know we already did that, but I think they deserve one more. This award is so special, and it recognizes incredible women in our community who are making such a difference. Each year, the Greater Cheyenne Chamber of Commerce accepts nominations for this prestigious award, with 20 nominations this year, selecting the top finalists from among so many impressive nominees was very difficult, as it has been in prior years. Let's take a moment and turn to the screen to recognize all the women who are nominated this year. Congratulations to all the nominees. Each one has demonstrated outstanding achievements and truly deserves recognition. Please join me in expressing our gratitude to the finalists for their exceptional leadership and contributions to our community. That's one more time. And as you know, it is customary for the previous year's winner to announce and present the award for this year's winner. Please help me in welcoming Tanya Keller, Coldwell Banker, the Property Exchange, and the 2024 Women's Leadership recipient to the stage.
Right. Good afternoon. All right. True leadership is measured not only by the results, but by the impact of people and communities. This year's honoree has spent her career proving that principle. With more than 20 years of experience in marketing and communications, she has built a reputation for blending strategic vision with genuine care for those she serves. Her work has transformed member engagement and elevated her organization's presence, earning national recognition along the way. Beyond her professional achievements, she is deeply committed to mentorship and empowering others. She believes leadership is about lifting people up, creating opportunities, and inspiring perseverance, a philosophy she truly does live every day. Her passion is financial literacy and community development, and she has led spearheaded activities to make a tangible difference in people's lives. As Chief Marketing Officer and Foundation Chair at Western Vista Credit Union, she leads with authenticity, creativity, and relentless drive to innovate. Her colleagues describe her as a connector, a motivator, a champion for collaboration. Today, we honor Laurel Pilati, recipient of this year's Women's Leadership Award.
I'm a marketing person, so I know if there's a camera to look at the camera and smile before you start talking. Thank you so very much. I really am honored. I don't have any words. So I've been a finalist 6, 7 times. That's not a joke. I really have. This is my 6th time as a finalist. So I was beginning to feel a little like Glenn Close, but I'm like, I'm not going to prepare any remarks. I knew I was among a field of amazing women. I know all of them. And I was like, wow, this is an incredible panel of women. And so I just thought, well, it's okay. Glenn is an amazing actress. I'll be like Glenn Close. That's totally fine. So I have no remarks prepared. So I apologize if I get a little wordy, but I want to thank my team of coworkers. There is a table of them here, and there are a few of them in the back as well. They're over here. And I just, the support that I get from Western Vista is amazing. I'm headed into my 8-year anniversary, and I just really honored to serve there and to be provided with so many opportunities to give back to our community and to lead our organization and lead the organizations that I serve at Western Vista. My husband isn't here because he's in the middle of oral surgery. So that's kind of strange because I said, oh, don't worry about it. It's fine. He couldn't get in until mid-January if he skipped today. So, but my husband supports me in all of my activities, and so does my daughter. And she's not here because she goes to school in North Dakota now. So go Bison. You all can tell her I said that. But I just want to say thank you. I'd like to say congratulations to all of the other nominees and the phenomenal list of all the women who were nominated. I know a lot of the names on that list, and I just think we're so blessed to live in a community that has people and women who are willing to lead and do things to make this community a better place to live. So thank you so much.
Some of them and think they freak this like we do, but no, they don't. Okay, just want to make sure I don't miss anything. Please join me. How about give me your round of applause and join me with one more round of applause for our winner and our finalists. Now, it is my great honor and privilege to introduce today's speaker. Brigadier General Michelle Mulberry, a trailblazer in military leadership and powerful example of resilience and determination. General Mulberry's journey began as a medic in the North Dakota Army National Guard, and through perseverance and vision, she rose to become the director of Joint Staff for the Wyoming Military Department. Along the way, she broke barriers as the first non-rated vice wing commander of the 153rd Airlift Wing and led critical missions that saved lives across the globe. Her story reminds us that leadership is not about titles. It's about courage, adaptability, and lifting others as we climb. And here's a fun fact. Despite her impressive military career, General Mulberry originally joined the Guard for one simple reason. She wanted to pay for paramedic school. So what started as a practical decision turned into a lifelong calling, proving that sometimes the smallest steps lead to the greatest journeys. Today, she brings decades of experience and a deep commitment to empowering future leaders. Please join me in welcoming a woman who embodies strength, service, and inspiration, Brigadier General Michelle Mulberry.
Well, thank you for that, and good afternoon. There's a lot of you out there, so it's a little frightening. Well, as she said, I am Brigadier General Michelle Mulberry, or you can just call me Michelle, because that is what my parents named me. So thank you for having me today. I am truly, truly honored to be here. To get us started, I thought I would tell you a little bit about myself. Some of you already know, I'm originally from Bismarck, North Dakota. I moved here to Cheyenne 29 years ago. One, because it is actually warmer here than it is in North Dakota. And two, to be a paramedic. While working as a medic, I went to nursing school, and I went to work in the emergency department, where I worked for many, many years as a nurse, really until there became more drama than trauma. At which point I moved to the Cheyenne VA Medical Center, and I worked doing primary care and mental health for our rural veterans. I then moved to patient safety and into infection prevention. And although I am now working full-time for the Guard, I'm still a nurse. I'm just not currently practicing, but I do maintain my nursing license in the event that General Porter decides to get rid of me one day, because I will still need some kind of an income to support my addiction to Amazon. So on the military side, before I was a nurse, I was flying as a medic on the Black Hawk helicopters in the Army National Guard. But turns out I am a bit of a princess. And I really did not like the Army. It was a little, how do I say it, too Army-ish for me. So once I became a nurse, I switched to the Air Guard and I began flying as a flight nurse. And I love, love, love the Air National Guard. But please don't get me wrong. I love the Army National Guard as well. I just didn't love being in the Army National Guard. They like to sleep in tents, and I'm more of a Marriott kind of gal. So now, I have to be honest and tell you that when I joined, I thought I would stay for maybe 6 years and then get out, because again, the Army really wasn't for me. But my older sister was actually my recruiter. And like all siblings do, she lied. She told me it was going to be fun. And well, it wasn't. However, they kept offering me re-enlistment bonuses, and I needed new furniture, so I re-enlisted. And I still have that furniture. It's actually pretty good furniture, I'm not gonna lie. They also paid for my school, which was important. So I stayed, I finished nursing school, joined the Air Guard, and so I could continue flying. And as I said, I love it. And now here I am, 36 years later, still going strong-ish, and about 11 ranks higher than I ever thought I would be. And honestly, I ask myself every day, how in the world I ever got this far? And I think my family asks that same question.
I'm married to a very wonderful and supportive husband who honestly, I couldn't do any of this without. I have 2 amazing bonus children and 2 beautiful granddaughters. But let's talk about why we're really here today. And that is to honor those women in leadership that are making major impacts on our state and our community. I'll be honest, it was a little intimidating to be asked to speak to a group of award-nominated leaders and impart some kind of wisdom to the group when you all could really write the book. But alas, here I am, and I'm gonna give it my best shot. So in my few years as a leader, I have learned a few valuable lessons. Most of them came the hard way, through failures, missteps, and one literal faceplant. No kidding. I literally stepped up the front of a stage just like this. The toe of my boot caught the edge, and I did one of those slow motion falls. You know the ones? And bam, right on my face. And all I heard was 200 people behind me go. I laid there for a second. I rolled over, threw my arms in the air, and yelled, "Okay!" And they all went, "Ah." So your leadership tip there is always use the stairs, okay? But today, I'm gonna boil it down to 5 lessons of leadership that I've learned along the way. That last one about the stairs, bonus tip. You're welcome. All right, number 1, surround yourself with the right people. As a leader, you never wanna be the smartest person in the room. Do you think you're the smartest person in the room 24/7? Because I'm here to tell you, you're not. No one is. But if you think that, you're probably insufferable. Surround yourself with advisors, experts, and people who can creatively solve problems, share ideas, and who feel empowered to speak. You may have the power to make the decision, but you should never make that decision alone. Bring in your team, the ones who are smarter than you. Leverage their training, their expertise, their perspective, and their experience, and make that decision the best decision for the organization that you can. I've seen it all. Rising through the ranks from an E3 to an 07, working on the front lines, on the streets as a paramedic, in emergency departments, deploying as a flight nurse in multiple combat zones, and transitioning from moments of expertise to humbling realizations that I really don't know jack. Leadership isn't about knowing everything. It's about knowing how to surround yourself with people who do. Number 2, leadership is not a solo climb. Find a hiking buddy. As I said in my intro, my sister was my recruiter. And although she originally lied to me, I decided to get over it. And since then, she has become one of my biggest mentors and one that I continue to reach out to for guidance and for help. I actually have 2 sisters, both of whom are still in the Army, and who I use as guiding lights that I lean on frequently as I navigate my time in uniform. Now, I should share that of those 2 sisters, one is older and one is younger. My older sister is a 2-star general. She affectionately refers to herself as the eldest and greatest in our family. My younger sister is the Assistant Attorney General for the state of North Dakota, and she refers to herself as the youngest and smartest. And to be fair, none of us will ever dispute that because she is. At our dad's retirement from his 34 years as a colonel in the Army National Guard, my older sister went to the mic to introduce us, and this is what she said. "Hi, I'm Nicole. I'm the eldest and greatest. And this is Laura, and she is the youngest and smartest." And then she said, "This is Michelle, and we're not sure what she is." So I approached the mic and I said, "Hi, I'm the tallest and thinnest." And since that day, 28 years ago, That is how we sign every card in our family. Eldest and greatest, youngest and smartest, tallest and thinnest. And you might see now why I said my family is still in shock that I made it this far in life. But seriously, my sisters have always been my rocks. I've had other mentors too. Some come and go, some stick around, some circle back after years of silence. But at every stage in my career, I've had others that have been willing to listen, give me guidance, or share with me the hard truth. You've all heard the saying, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, the same goes for raising a young leader. It takes a village. Find leaders that you want to aspire to be, schedule a cup of coffee, and ask for some advice. Leadership can be very lonely at the top, so find yourself a hiking buddy that can help you make that hike. Number 3, resilience is not a given, it is earned. You know, they say that the strongest steel is forged in the fires of a dumpster. Actually, I'm not sure they say that at all, but I feel like every day is a dumpster fire in my office, and by all accounts, I should be resilient as all get out. Bringing the right people to the table and surrounding yourself with mentors will not keep you out of a dumpster fire. I promise you there will be hard times, there will be challenges, and there will be days when you aren't sure that you're going to survive, but you will. And most of all, the toughest times will develop the strongest teams. Again, surrounding yourself with the right people will help you survive those tough times, like the longest government shutdown in US history, for example. Number 4, know yourself. All right, everyone, this is a time where you need to take a step back, look at yourself in the mirror, and really assess who you are as a leader. What are you really good at? And where do you really need to improve? You have to know yourself as a person and as a leader. I've held many different titles in my career: paramedic, nurse, aeromedical evacuation squadron commander, mission support group commander, vice wing commander, director of joint staff, just to name a few. But honestly, my real title, it's camp counselor. My pink office with trinkets and tissues is a revolving door of airmen, soldiers, and even canines. I call it a safe space for those who want to come in, park it, cry, rant, vent, or problem solve, and sometimes just chit-chat over a cup of coffee. I'll be the first to admit my strength is not in staff work. And my boss, General Porter, he can attest to that. It frustrates him at times, probably all the time, honestly. But I don't think he brought me on the team because of my amazing staff work. He brought me on the team because he knows one of my strengths is building relationships. It's where I thrive, and I lean into that. Now, granted, he might have also brought me on the team in case he ever has a heart attack, because if he has chest pain, I'm totally his gal. I'm right next door, I can help. But here's another secret to help you as you develop as a leader. You must listen to feedback, real feedback from trusted leaders, peers, and subordinates. It will strengthen your leadership game exponentially. If people are brave enough to tell you that you're difficult to approach, hard to talk to, or not receptive to problems, take that seriously and fix it. Think about it. If your team doesn't feel comfortable approaching you, how will you ever know what's going on? And if you're getting feedback that you're the problem, better get out your handy dandy mirror again. Look at yourself and reevaluate. Feedback is not an insult. It's a gift. As a leader, it's your responsibility to listen, apply it, and grow from it. I once had a chief say to me, "Ma'am, you want to know what your problem is?" No, chief. I don't, but yeah, chief, what's my problem? And he did. He told me. And I'm going to tell you what, it was some of the best mentoring and leadership advice I have ever been given. Number 5, hold the door open. First of all, don't be a jerk. Hold the flipping door open for people, right? But secondly, as a leader, you should never be threatened by people who want your job. I have always found it very comical when someone gets upset at another person's idea, which they obviously feel threatened by, because the first thing out of their mouth when that person walks away is, ugh, they just want my job. Tell me you haven't heard that. I know you have, right? It cracks me up. You should want to work with people that want your job because they will work hard for you. So hold the door open for them, encourage them to follow in your footsteps, set them up for success. So when your time is through, they can step in and be more prepared and more ready for the position than you were. Preparing the next generation of leaders hurts no one, but failing to prepare them hurts everyone. I hope that after all I have talked about today, your one key takeaway is that people matter. You can't be a leader if there aren't people to lead. So invest your time and energy in your people. So let's switch gears real quick before we wrap this up. Remember, the choice to become a leader is made by you. Taking the next step in your career is on you. Get out of your head and get out of your own way. Every one of us in this room has faced imposter syndrome. Feeling like you're not enough, feeling like you're not prepared for the next position, but hear me clearly. You are needed. You are capable. You are strong, and you do belong. Thank you so much for your time today, and congratulations again to all the honorees.
Stay away from me, American woman. Mama, let me be. Don't come hanging around my door.
That was amazing. Thank you. What an amazing discussion on what leadership means. Gosh, I'm going to walk away today with, I'm ready to rock now. That's all I needed, a little pep talk. So thank you. You make our community wonderful. So thank you for being here. And thank you everyone for joining us for today's Women's Leadership Luncheon. Have a wonderful holiday season, and we will see you in the new year at our January luncheon. Congrats to all of our nominees and to our winner today.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Fine light in the beautiful sea. I chose to be happy. You and I, we're like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star, I see, a vision of ecstasy. When you hold me, I'm alive. We're like diamonds in the sky. I knew that we'd become one right away. Oh, right away. At first sight, I felt energy of surrender. I saw the life inside time. Tonight, you and I were beautiful like diamonds in the sky. I too, I so alive.